Hello, everybody. This is Rodney Kellum, the Fatherpreneur, saying thank you for tuning in to fatherpreneurship.com and this training webinar called Business Gumbo, Strategies to Grow Your Business Online. And tonight, I have some guests. I have some value ready to give to you to implement in your business. I'm going to be going through a few different tools, things that I use in my business. I'm going to be highlighting, I'm going to be doing some Q&A, meaning I'm going to be getting asked questions. I'm going to be asking some questions to benefit you in your business. I wanted to always start off with a little bit of motivation, inspiration, and education. And I want to share with you a story of a close friend of mine who's a bit of a rags to riches story. And you may not ever really see him in the super limelight, but those people that are in the super limelight know who he is. He's also known as the barber star. He's known as a world-class comedian, world-class barber. And years ago, we used to go to the same church, and I saw this young man. He used to have to sleep on people's couches. He would, go from house to house. He would drive in broke-down cars. He actually has a joke about one of his broken-down cars where it was during Gay Pride Week, and always had those signs that, honk if you're, insert expletive. And his horn broke and wouldn't stop honking on Gay Pride Week in Midtown Atlanta, which is like a gay center for Atlanta. But he's been through the ringer. He has been through it. But one thing he never did, which he never gave up, he stuck to his dream. And now he cuts hair for people like Nas, one of my favorite rappers, Chris Webber, NBA All-Star, probably future Hall of Famer. He's also an NBA broadcaster, Grant Hill. Everybody that you see in the NBA, hip-hop world, they come to him. His name is Marcus Harvey. And I share his story because every day that I see his posts on Instagram and Facebook, it motivates me to continue to spread the message of never giving up. It encourages me to keep my vision of helping mothers and fathers become more present and engaged, because he's proof that you can go from where you have a vision, where you are the only one who can see it, where people on the outside can only see that you're the person who's sleeping on couches and talking about what you're going to do one day, to now being sought after, traveling all over the world to Dubai, all over the States. His passport's been filled up multiple times, all because he had a vision, all because he could see where he was going to go and where he wanted to go. And he never gave up on that. Now he's a husband, he's a minister, he's a super talented barber, he's a super talented comedian, who gets international exposure, all from being a guy who had a vision. And I share that story with you in hopes that it motivates you, encourages you, inspires you. And, real quick, because he's got to pop off, he's got children like most of the fatherpreneurs that I know do, as having children is a requirement. I'm going to bring out one of the smartest people that I know in the world. He's got to unmute himself for us to hear him. He is joining us from his car. This is I think we call each other cousins because we both are former workaholics. We both have more jobs than, the Heyman guys from The Living Color. So Jason, thank you for popping on real quick and just, being willing to share some tidbits in that huge brain of yours. That's why you wear your hat, because your brain might spill out, right?
It's just so big, yeah.
Right. Okay, before getting into real, delving into training and some of the tools used, because we all use Kalatu, which is going to come later, but basically we blog, we leverage a blog amongst other things. And just to give some tidbits to the viewers, just share with them some of the things that you do, like the main work that you do, and some of the tools that you use.
Okay. Well, I work with nonprofit organizations, large and small. Work with civic organizations as well. I'm a media planner. And can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, I'm a media planner. And so basically what I do is I sit and figure out where it is that they want to go, the organizations I'm working with, and I put together a plan to show them how to get there. So sometimes we use e-commerce, sometimes we use social media, sometimes it's a matter of just looking at the creatives that they put together. Creatives meaning like the type of flyers that they put out or the type of circulars that they add, if it's a good mix for them to put stuff into newspapers or magazines, how they get in front of their marketplace, whether it be getting interviewed by a publication or by a news facility or what have you. So yeah, my thing is to strategize what it is that they're doing and how to get there, and then also for nonprofits, how to make them profitable from different departments. You know, I believe that every department in a nonprofit can be profitable. It's just a matter of repackaging intellectual property and putting it into a vernacular or a product that can be sold so that they can develop more cash flow in their organization. So that's it in a nutshell.
So, you know, you do work that people don't really ever get to see most of the time, but you're doing important work. And what I want people to understand is that the things that we're doing, you know, in this community, you know, of this group of people, is that we service different niches.
Right.
I want people to understand that you can use online tools to serve whatever your niche is, whatever your passion is, whatever group of people that you want to target. You can use smart tools. So, Jason, tell us a few tools, like online tools that you use, whether it be social media, whether it be blogging, you know, share some of the goodies.
Okay, well, some of the goodies that I love are mind mapping programs, flowchart programs, because really, I mean, well, as a planner, you got to plan stuff. So you have to make sure that you have a good visual so that you know where things start, where they finish. And quite frankly, you're planning things from the end all the way back to the beginning, not the other way around. One of the biggest challenges that I find with a lot of businesses is that they kind of start where they say, okay, I'm opening up a business. Now where do we go? You know, and that's probably more typical than not. And that is also a way that you waste a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of talent. So yeah, the tools that I like, there's a tool that's called DIA. It's a really good flowchart maker. You know, it's free, open source. Another one is a mind map program. I call it's MindMeister, really good program. I've got several hundred mind maps on there to help keep my brain in order. And then also the typical spreadsheets like your Microsoft Excel or some of the free source, open source spreadsheet makers. Those are really good because it also keeps things together if you're putting together a really good calendar, an editorial calendar, a master calendar, you know, a marketing mix. You can have everything in a cubicle so you know when you have holes and when you don't. So those things are very important. You know, tracking, you know, software, it's important to be able to check out where your stuff is going, you know, how many clicks are coming into it, how much traffic is coming into it, where that traffic is coming to, where it's going from. Alexa is a very important tool as well, because with Alexa you can not only understand demographics of your marketplace, you can also get insights and affinities. Amazon.com is another very powerful tool, and folks don't tend to know how to use it. They look at it from the consumer standpoint, but really when you understand what you're looking at, when you're looking at Amazon.com, you get to understand that you are learning more about complementary marketplaces, so it helps you to understand where to market aside from just inside of your market. There's compete.com. I mean, there's a whole slew of places that I like to go online when I'm breaking down a particular demographic. You know, also, I like Facebook. Facebook is very important. When you have a Facebook page, you can go into the insights area in order to understand, okay, so who likes what? If you have a particular page that you are targeting and you want to know, okay, well, I want a following that is like that page right there. Well, you can get right in front of that exact marketplace just by understanding how to market to those people who like the pages like that and that particular page. Hope that answers that question. Twitter search also.
You always answer that question plus many more. Now talk about Twitter. Just did a major upgrade. I don't know if you've seen it. Now you can do hashtag research within Twitter. Have you seen that?
Well, yeah, Twitter, I mean, Twitter has always been a resource, and there's, you know, I mean, I know that they have some quote-unquote new iterations. I don't see them necessarily as new, and I think it just depends on how one goes about using Twitter. If you've been accustomed to using Twitter, then it's just like, oh, okay, you know, a little upgrade on the toy of the search. But Twitter search has been around for a long time. hashtags, when they implemented hashtags into what it is that you could do with Twitter. Hey, Martha. There's a lot of things that you can do with that. And then also the lists that are available on Twitter. There's another area where you can do some deep research into a marketplace or folks who are interested in a particular marketplace. So yeah, and then there's another thing on Twitter that also goes across the board on social, and it's called, it's a plugin or an extension rather on Chrome, and it's called Right Tag. Right Tag is awesome, because it'll let you know what type of hashtags, how much searches that hashtag is getting. It helps you to kind of structure your titling in a better way to get in front of your ideal marketplace.
Well, of course, you continue to drop nuggets. I actually just added that Chrome extension, Right Tag. I believe it's a little purple tag on the right side, so I just added that myself. And so, you're always dropping jewels. You answered my question plus 5 more. So sometimes when I have you on, it's like, okay, what do I ask him next? Because he answered the question that I was thinking of asking.
He's like, okay, show's over. Thanks everybody for coming. Great. Yeah.
So Martha, thank you for joining it as well. So tonight we're going to be covering a few different things. Jason is always, my for those of you that remember books versus Google, he's always a great resource for me. And so what I want to do now, and I brought Martha for all of you people out there, and I'm going to get into some deeper level stuff. Right now, I'm different people that are going to be watching now, excuse me, and later, so we can address things that are relevant to you, and I'm going to get even deeper into these things as we go on. So what I want Martha to talk about, she's also one of my clients and affiliates, and she's an amazing person in various industries. I want her to talk about her branding because she's actually wearing her branding right now.
Am I? Oh.
Hello, Martha.
Hi, how are you?
I remember watching a scope.
Hey, Martha.
Hold on.
talking about your red glasses.
Yeah.
And why, that's become something that when you see them, the red glasses, people automatically associate it with you. Tell us that story real quick about your red glasses.
Okay.
And it's a bit of a powerful story, too.
Okay, so can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So I think it was January or February, I started having trouble with my eyes. And I've been wearing contacts since I was 13. And I couldn't see out of my contacts anymore. And so I go to my eye doctor, and he's like, oh, you have a lid infection from wearing contacts too much. And so I can no longer wear them. I can only wear disposables if I'm like swimming or something. So I was like, well, if I'm going to be stuck in glasses for the rest of my life, then they better look amazing. Like, they better pop off my face, and people better know who I am when I walk in a room. And so I was like, do you have red? Red is my favorite color. And they were like, yeah. So they special ordered me these Ray-Bans, and I've been wearing them ever since, and everybody kept complimenting me on them. And so as I was building my brand, Diva Does for Good, I was trying to incorporate something that will make people instantly know who I am when they see it. And so I decided to incorporate my glasses. I came up with the logo before, which was like a picture of me, and it was like purple and gold. And then I just really didn't like it. So I was like, I wanted to make it me. And so then I just got on Canva, and I put the red glasses there, and it was born, and everybody fell in love with it. So I created buttons that have red glasses, the logo on my website. Everywhere I go, everybody knows who Diva Does for Good is.
And right now, you're actually doing something on a more positive side. I've seen a campaign where you're trying to gather materials or school supplies, right?
Yeah, so I'm a teacher. I teach middle school. I've been teaching for 10 years. And I started back in the classroom this year teaching AVID, which is a program geared towards helping students get organized and get them in a mindset to get them ready to go to college. and I actually fought for this position. The teacher who was there left, and they were going to hire somebody outside of my school. And I was like, no, I've wanted to do this. I've trained for it for 10 years. It's mine. So they gave it to me. And then they say, oh, well, you don't have any money. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I see all these other programs with money. If you can buy basketballs, you can buy binders. Like, I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. And they're like, no, you don't have any money, so maybe your parents can donate some things. And I was like, right, because we're a Title I school. Most of the kids that are in my program are African American males. And where are they going to get all these supplies to help me fund my classroom? So I started an Amazon store. I started a Adopt My Classroom. And then I have a couple of people who said they want to do fundraisers for me to help me get supplies for my classroom to help my students.
See, what I want people I'm asking these questions for the benefit of the viewer, to see the power of using online marketing, online tools. It's not all about just making money. It really is about changing lives, whether you use your brand or your business to create income to fund your vision, or you use online marketing and tools to fulfill your vision. And what Martha is doing right now, what Jason is doing right now, working with nonprofits, working with the educational system, people that directly benefit from gifts, from financing, it really directly affects lives. And see, I had a vision back in January 2014 to help parents become more present and engaged. And because I focused in on a target market, I, one, attracted other people that were also trying to do what I'm doing, meaning they're also mothers and fathers working towards being better parents, being more present and engaged. Two, I started attracting people that bought into vision, saying, you know what, I want to be a more present and engaged father or mother. I want to be able to generate income for the purpose of doing just that. And so what we just highlighted with Jason and Martha is the power of these tools to fulfill your vision. So I want you to understand that ongoing theme, even though I'm going to talk about some technical stuff, some creative stuff, is that you have to be clear on your vision. Who are you going to help? Martha's clear on who she's helping with her AVID program, with her teaching position. Jason's clear on who he's helping with nonprofit organizations. I'm clear on who I'm helping with mothers and fathers. There isn't one person on this broadcast that isn't a parent. It's not an accident. So I've begun attracting all the people that are like me, that I'm going to serve, that can help me, and we go both ways. So Martha just highlighted something very important that you may or may not have missed, and that is branding. I have the fatherpreneurship. Martha has the red glasses. And in her scope that I listened to her story, she goes deeper in, back to her middle school years. I don't know if she wants to share that part, about the reason, the self-confidence. And that's a real big benefit to the ladies out there that need to, Martha, if you want to jump in, you let me know.
Okay.
They need to feel their confidence. So I'll let you take back over that part of the story.
Well, I don't know which part you heard in my scope. I've scoped so much, but not as much as other people. But
when you were being bullied.
Oh, okay. So in middle school, well, it started in elementary school when I was around 5th grade. I had pink glasses, and I thought they were cute. I picked them out. If I got to wear them, they got to be cute, like I said. But for some reason, people didn't appreciate the fact that I wore glasses. They called me a nerd. They called me a goody-goody. Kids were constantly slapping them off my face. In middle school, it got so bad that I didn't want to wear them, and I wouldn't wear them. And I started slipping in my grades, and my mom was like, I'm not having it. And she moved my schools because she knew the environment I was in was not healthy for me, and it wasn't helping me thrive. So she moved my schools. I got put into an area where the kids accepted me for who I was, no matter what I wore, glasses or not. And I joined in 7th grade. I got in the Honor Society because I felt welcome, I felt appreciated, and I felt wanted. So yeah, and my glasses are back. So I put out there to people that glasses, they can be sexy. So that's what I've been trying to get all my ladies who wear glasses but are afraid to wear them on their scopes to go ahead and put them on. So occasionally you'll see some of my friends scoping, and they'll have on black glasses, or they go out and buy different color frame glasses, and they tell me that I'm their inspiration to wearing glasses. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But it has helped my self-esteem, and I'm hoping that I'm helping build the self-esteem of young girls who grew up just like me.
Right. So yeah, I just wanted to sneak that in because I just thought it was a great story. I thought it was, motivational, inspirational.
I
Um,
had to give Martha, a double hands up. That's awesome, Martha. That's awesome.
yeah. And now that I have a daughter, stories like that start to resonate with me more because I've always heard about what the things that girls go through. Um, as you can see, all my viewers have their children popping in. Uh,
Hmm.
I went down. If you can tell behind me, I'm in my man cave on purpose because
Hmm.
my daughter was blabbing, a 1-year-old. My son's trying to finish homework, so I had to sneak away for a moment because I'd be having exactly what they're doing. And when my children are around, I can't ignore them very well. I'm not good at that yet, so I'd be very distracted. So what I'm going to get into are some basics to online marketing now. We're going to delve into more of the lesson part now. And then I'm going to go into some amazing things that have become available to the general public, things that are yet to come that are going to impact your business, your cause, your income, whatever it is that you're focused on growing at the moment, and how to do it. So I already talked about focusing in on that one group, and the actual term is called uh, choosing your avatar, which is
Hmm.
the one person that you focus all of your marketing on. Give me 1 second here. Let me make sure everybody's muted out real quick. Okay, so make sure everybody can hear me loud and clear. Focusing on your avatar is a beginning point. Before you go out there and start marketing your goods, your services, your business, you need to know who you're marketing to. And as Jason, a mentor of both Jason and I, says, if you market to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. And I made that mistake where I was saying, hey, everybody, look at my cause. Everybody, look at my business. Everybody. And it was like, crickets, crickets. And then you're like, what's their problem? I have the best thing in the world. I have the goose that lays the golden egg. They don't like gooses? I know that's not proper English, but I'm going to say it. They don't like gooses. They don't like golden eggs. And so I really started, getting into mentoring and understanding the need to focus in on that one person. And that's a person like me. That's, a former workaholic. It's a parent, a person who wants to spend more time, be more engaged, who has a passion for creating a better quality of life. And that's when my marketing started picking up. That's when I started making sales in my business. That's when I started attracting. That's when I started getting on radio shows and TV shows and, getting my message out there. People started hearing about me, reaching out to me from Australia, New Zealand, the UK, all over the States. And everybody here on this Hangout is in a different state. Martha's in Florida. Jason's in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seattle area. Mr. Crespo is in the state of New York. I believe in New York City, one of the boroughs. And all over the world. Because I decided to have a vision and focus in on my avatar. So now, if you're going to follow along these steps, you got your avatar, then you need to understand a few steps. Even before you get to a sales funnel, you need to have that thing that grabs people, whether it be a message, something called a lead magnet, which is, hey, learn more about my thing by opting into my email list and getting a free gift. It could be an ebook, it could be a free training series, it could be an opportunity video, it could be a plush toy giveaway, a Scooby snack, whatever that thing is. It's got to, I know I went there with the Scooby snack, but it's got to be something that talks to, the needs of your market. It's got to solve a problem. And I ran away from that for a long time because I was the kind of person like, I know me. I'm a good person, and people should just want to work with me because of my track record. People don't know me. The world at large doesn't know who Rodney Kelman, the Fatherpreneur, is. So I had to narrow back down. I had to start giving value, which is why I do these hangouts, is to give value to my marketplace and solve problems for them. So you have to have that hook that if you're fishing, you always have bait, right? So once you have the bait, you have that thing that talks to, that solves a problem, you can begin the process of sales funnel. Now, I'm not the biggest sales funnelologist, but I know how it works. I've gotten sales on autopilot, and I teach people how to do the same thing. And I'm always learning new things. I never stop learning. My mom told me once when I was about 4 years old that I don't know everything, so quit acting like it. And I've learned that lesson. I'm trying to teach my 6-year-old that right now because he's a lot like his dad in that way. So it's time to get into the screen share. So everybody who's watching, let me make sure I go back to, and if you guys see that hall of doom where it's echoing after echoing, just let me know. Unmute yourself and let me know. If not, we can keep going. Actually, this is the blog right now. There's a saying in online marketing that if you don't have a blog, you are homeless on the internet. So I'm so glad that all the guests tonight are not homeless. We all have homes on the internet. Mine is fatherpreneurship.com. I always just do this to check to make sure that I'm on live. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you something that most people don't really ever show. This is what's called an autoresponder. This is my GetResponse account. And GetResponse is a great tool. I love GetResponse because it's very easy to use. For the people that are just getting into thinking about it, just getting started, wondering where to go, this is an absolutely necessary tool. Whether it be another autoresponder like Aweber, MailChimp, you need something that allows you to operate like a Groupon does. You can't even see their deals in Groupon without entering your email address and them sending you messages to see what kind of goods and services you're interested in buying at a discount. So what I'm going to do is show you a few things. This is actually a new feature called, they're in beta testing, they create a new opt-in form so I can manage forms. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it looks like. And this was just a test run. Is stop saying no to your children by increasing revenue. And the message, which was a little convoluted, I'll admit to that, was, many parents continue to say, no, hey, Mom, I just saw the commercial for Mickey Mouse. I want to go to Disneyland. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't go. And the real reason is they don't have the funds to do it. So I'm crafting a message around that pain to solve a problem. So stop saying no. So you enter in your name, blah, 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 email address, blah, blah, blah. Once they hit sign up, you capture that lead. Leads are extremely valuable and important. To put it into terms like a brick and mortar business, if you have, let's say, a flower shop, right? And it's January of the year. Next month is Valentine's Day, and some guy comes in thinking about things to give to his girlfriend, his wife, significant other. He's starting to shop around about what kind of flowers are available, what looks nice, what makes him sneeze, is he allergic to it, and he may not be willing and ready to buy flowers at that time. So what you do is say, hey, sign up for my email list and get emails about deals on flowers. Valentine's Day is coming up. And so what you do is you've already talked to piqued his interest, like, oh yeah, I am looking for Valentine's Day. How do they know? So even though he may not be ready to buy flowers at that moment, when he's ready, you can send regular emails and messages reminding him, hey, Valentine's Day is coming up. Get this bouquet of flowers of pink carnations, her favorite flower at a discount of 10, 20%. So when he is ready, oh yeah, they got that 20% sale. I got 2 days until Valentine's Day. Let me go and order those. Let me go and buy those. That's the power of an autoresponder. It allows you to get a yes that they didn't have previously. It allows you to follow up and build a relationship and a rapport with your leads or with your potential customers that makes them feel like they know you and that they're ready to work with you. Okay? So what's important is, I don't know if I can go into this at the moment and show you this. Let's do it. Let's try. I'm going to do a test. I don't know if this is working very well, but this was just a test one. Make a space there. Put in an old email address. I'm going to opt into my own list. See what happens. And since this is just it may not work because it's just a test one, so it didn't work. My apologies for taking you down that rabbit hole. So this is the beginning of your sales funnel. So what can happen after this is inside of autoresponder, inside of your form and your autoresponder, let's see here. I'm going to go into manage forms real quick. I'm going to go into edit, background stuff. Of what happens after somebody opts in, right? Little tools that you take to build. You can add a phone number line here. Maybe if you want to include capturing a phone number, because mobile marketing is becoming another big next thing in online marketing, because most people check their emails, check the information from their mobile device. So you can implement as much as you want into your opt-in form, or as simple as you want with leaving things out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, what's next? Save and publish. Let's see, I can do layout and style. You can do thank you pages. So when someone opts in, this is the next thing they see, right? So you say, hey, thank you for signing up, blah, blah, blah. My webinar is going to begin at this time, which at one point I was using this for this webinar, but I changed my mind and went in a different direction. Let's see here. I may or may not be showing you something valuable. This is nothing that pertains to you. So what I'm looking for is, here we go. So you can host, you can take the code, you can just take the link and post it wherever you want to post it. With the platform that I use, the blogging platform that I use, you can literally take the code here, copy and paste, and create your own. I want you to understand this before I say this clearly. There are services out there that cost a lot of money to create opt-in pages. I'm not here to bash any of them. I've used them in the past. But with the platform that I use, and that everybody on this Hangout is using, is that we have a new feature that allows us to take this code, copy and paste it, put in our form, create a real opt-in page, squeeze page, professional looking, just by taking this code and putting it right there. I'm going to say get response. I would take this list right here, copy and paste it, and just put it on Facebook, Google Plus, into my paid campaigns, whatever you're using. If you get into design, you can use HTML. But this isn't showing you what I wanted to show you, so I'm going to go back a little bit. And my goal is to show you how I do something called a bridge page. Bridge page. And so what I'm actually going to do now is I'm not going to show you that because that can get super duper technical. But in essence, what a bridge page is you go from the opt-in, which is this right here, into a welcome message, meaning an actual page dedicated to instruct people on what they just signed up for, what they can expect next, and their instructions on how to move forward. So after the bridge page, you can have whatever it is. It literally is a bridge from opt-in to whatever your offer is. Your offer could be, hey, like Jason, this is the nonprofit organization I'm doing work with. Here's a page or a video to check them out. If you want to work with them, you want to do business with them, you want to support them. For Martha, it could be, hey, this is why it's important for you to help me out from opt-in. And I could sort of just do, let's see if I have Notepad or something. I'm going to write this down. You want to implement this. Let me find my Notepad. There's Notepad. Now I'm pretty sure I did just click on that. There it is. People do this in various ways with YouTube videos. I personally don't own, very notorious and getting them shut down. So only thing I do on YouTube is value-based stuff, just like this Hangout page. That's instructions on what's next. Got to put that apostrophe, right? I have very tight. And then the offer. They have caps lock on. So real simple. You have your opt-in page. You then go to your bridge page, and then that then leads you. Click for opting in. You've stumbled across the Fatherpreneur. Maybe blah blah blah. Out. If people know your real. Somebody just joined back in. Looks like. Sounds like.
Well,
Oh,
I couldn't hear you. That's why I unmuted myself. It was like really breaking up.
No problem. I appreciate you coming in. So aside from this, Martha, David, especially as clients of mine, any kind of sales funnel that you're looking to do. What I want to do now is I want to get out of this, and I'm going to get back into the main thing that I use in my marketing, which is my home on the internet, which is my blog. And again, I'll say this: if you don't have, you are homeless on the internet. Now, most people think blogging is just like, in the general, not us, because we're know-it-alls. Blogging is it's such a powerful tool when you're interested in automation, meaning doing something once and having it work for you over and over and over again. And what I'm showing you right now on this page are some plugins and applications that I use on a daily basis. And so first up, I'm going to show you Linkify, which goes back towards branding. So let's say you're promoting an event like I did tonight. Let's say you have a fundraiser that you want to promote. There's something that you want to promote, but you want to keep your branding on it. If you have your own blog like we have, this plugin is called Linkify. And if you've ever heard of things like the following, I'll just type them out real quick. If you ever heard of TinyURL, if you've ever heard of PrettyLink, if you've ever heard of Owly, if you've ever heard of Bitly, they're all link shorteners. And there's some benefits of using them, and there's some drawbacks. So the benefits are, which I'll get into in just a minute, you can track how many people have clicked. You can get some demographic information. Are they men? Are they women? Did you get it from PC or they get it from phone? So you're starting to understand what works best for your marketing. So inside of Linkify, here are some examples of things that I've used. And so like today, I didn't do a super whole bunch of promoting because I'm going to do that on the back end for this event, but I created a link, and what it does is it allows me to create a link with my branding of my website. So not only am I creating a Bitly link would be like bit.ly/business_gumbo. And when I put that out there, people will be like, okay, what's Bitly? I don't know who that is. But when I use my Linkify link, and I put, create new link, all you do is hit add link. You take the link of wherever it is you want to go. You input here. You create an extension at the end. This one was Business Gumbo. It's already there. Give it a title. You hit create, and you literally have something you can use to go put out in the marketplace. I'm going to go back because I didn't need to create one. Go back into Linkify. And as you can see, here's a few of them. Here's my last hangout I did. Called An American Adoption Story, where I highlighted the story of a man and a family who adopted a child. They were talking about it for years, but I did some Twitter work, and it with just the link that I tracked, it got 259 unique hits. That means, and it says 265, so somebody maybe clicked twice, maybe watched over and over again. And it shows you when it was created, so you can have a date range of when things happen. So this goes back towards branding. it's important that whenever you put things out, people can associate it with you and or your brand. Like Martha has the glasses, and she has her site, Diva Does for Good. So when she puts things out there, she can use these Linkify links to track to see how much attraction she's getting, how many people are linking, was it a good post, did people like it? I put this here on Twitter. You can actually create different ones for different social media outlets. So if I really want to break this down, I can do one Business Gumbo for Twitter, only share it on Twitter. I can do a Business Gumbo for Facebook, only share that on Facebook. I can do a Business Gumbo on Google+. And what you're starting to do is you're starting to drill down into comparing, maybe doing a little bit of A/B testing, seeing which social media platform is working best for you, which one gives me the most views, links, and hits. And if you see that there's one that's way out for that content or for your brand, maybe you should focus your marketing energy, your advertising, your posts on that platform versus another, okay? I hope that was beneficial to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my plugins and applications. And what I want to show you now is a social media card. Now, why this is important is when you are reaching your target market and you want to get as much exposure as possible. Let's just say, you know, you are a music artist, you know, insert your favorite genre of music, and you want people to connect with you as much as possible. Once someone comes to your site, you want them essentially to stay there until they buy something, engage with you, take advantage of whatever offer you're doing. So within our website that we use, you have all of your social media, and I don't really use YouTube, like I said again, so I didn't connect my YouTube, but I have my Facebook, my Twitter, and my LinkedIn all as a part of my blog.
I have a question.
Hey, Martha, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I use the social media card. Mm-hmm. I love it. My issue that I have with the Facebook piece, and maybe it's just me because, you know, I'm not the techie person at all. I just read books. So I can't get the Facebook to link my Facebook page and not my personal page. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're talking about your fan page versus your yeah.
Like and it's linking personal.
Yeah, I think that's something that they're going to add in the future.
Okay.
This is I've played around with it. I think I got it to work with my Facebook fan page.
Okay.
But I believe it's their goal is to get people, because when people reach out to you on your Facebook fan page, sometimes you don't get the messages. Sometimes you don't track all the likes and comments and shares. So they believe it's smarter to go ahead and go through the Facebook profile, your main Facebook profile, because that shows up in Google and search engines. That actually helps you get found for SEO purposes.
Well, you know what's funny? When I Google Diva Does for Good, the very first thing that pops up is my like page.
Your fan page or your business page.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and that's good. You do want that because the Facebook algorithm it gives a lot of precedence to Facebook fan pages and business pages, because if you're interested in really getting your message out there, whether it be written text posts, video posts, place them in your fan page and then share it from there to your personal page. This is for everybody out there. Martha knows about this already. Then share it to your personal pages and profiles because it gets precedence in your friends' feed. So it means it's going to show up quicker. This is without even using paid advertising. So what we're talking about right now is a social media card inside of our blogging platform. I'm going to go back to that real quick. I'm going to go back to the social media card, and I think I want to show people.
Hey, Rod, let me chime in real quick here.
Please do.
Before I jump off. Okay, now when you're dealing with your Facebook engagement, Facebook, because you know they have investors and all of that, guys. because they have investors and all of that, they're looking to monetize in various new ways. So they have limited or scaled back engagement or scaled back the reach. They scaled back your reach. And so they're saying now, in order to get the same type of engagement, you've got to now pay for it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now if you're going to do the strategy of dealing with Facebook and you share it to your profile, you still will have the limitation on that reach. One thing that you may want to look at doing is sharing, not only to your profile, but looking at groups that
Yes.
are specific to your industry or complementary to your industry and sharing in those groups. Because in the groups now, the post will show up at the top of that, post or underneath their pinned post, if you will, and then more people have an opportunity to see it initially. And so that is a way of doing that, getting your message in front of various people. And then ever so often, you may go and update, with some more information on that same post, on that same thread, in order to then move it back up. But you're moving it back up with value. You have added more value to the post itself. And that way, it's not like a spam, Spam comes in when you're not adding the value, and folks, it's like an uprising. What are you doing? So if you approach it that way and you look at a way to kind of feed value into what it is that you're doing, into the thread, then it will, increase your engagement with that particular post. It'll also give your page a little more authority, a little more visits, a little more clicks, and then that also will help you in the search engines. With the Hummingbird update, Google went and looked at the human algorithm as opposed to what it was with the other updates. They've been trying to figure out ways to make the searches more relevant, because ultimately Google is in the business of returning relevant searches so that the people who are spending their ad dollars, hey guys, so the people who are spending their ad dollars, can get in front of their ideal marketplaces. At the point that those ad dollars are being spent and they're no longer getting in front of their ideal marketplaces because people are gaming the system with the latest SEO and not providing the value, what ends up happening is that folks will go from Google over to one of the other search engines, Yahoo, Bing, Alta Vista, you name it. So in order to circumvent that, or to handle that, to heal that, if you will, Google went ahead and moved over to Hummingbird, and then is looking for social cues in order to make sure that the things that are ending up at the top of the search engines, right, that they're getting at the top of the search engines, are getting enough social votes. Folks saying, hey, this is good content, it's good content for this keyword, for these string of keywords. So when you are engaging on Facebook, you have to keep that in mind, that you've got to look at the value that you're adding and then look at who you're getting in front of. There's with using Facebook and actually paying for engagement, you just don't want to go in and boost the post. That's when you want to move into the Power Editor area and actually put an ad together, a campaign, whether it's a like campaign or you are marketing that particular post. Best to have images in that post because images get shared more. And so if the image is inspirational, informational, educational, comical, any one of those things, or based on a specific niche, a need that is fulfilling in a niche, those things will help to boost that post to get it shared organically. So you want to kind of plan those things out to understand where is it that you ultimately want to go, and then you map it back to where it is that you're starting from, and then you move down that path. It keeps you from being all scattered, and then it helps you to hone your marketing efforts without saying, okay, I don't know what didn't work here. You already know, okay, along this chain, this worked, this didn't work. Okay, so it gives you a better way to corroborate all that you're doing and to track and tweak your process. Okay, just wanted to add that in there so that way you have that premise that when you are putting together your marketing mix, it allows you to do it effectively with a good knowledge base.
And with that, I can stop talking. Good night, everybody. Jason's done it again. No, so what Jason is doing is he's clarifying you with to the power of your social media portion of your marketing and what it means to SEO and how to do it properly. There's a lot of people out there that are spammy that are just saying, hey, look at my stuff, hey, look at my stuff, hey, look at my stuff, to a bunch of people that have no interest in what you're looking or what you're presenting. If you, like we talked about earlier, if you target your information towards those that it will solve a problem for, that want what you have to talk about, then you will get more SEO juice. There's actually a lot of other companies out there that when you post things on Twitter, I forget the little phone, Instagram, all those images are getting indexed in Google. So we were talking about the social media card and the importance of that, this feature that we get to use, that just everybody on this Hangout gets to use, and that it allows people to look at your social media sites within your blog platform. So let's say they want to check you on Facebook. They click on your Facebook icon. They literally see your Facebook feed from your Facebook profile. And what that does, it keeps people on your blog, not just your Facebook site. They're on your blog, your website longer. And as people retain and stay on your site, it's going to help you with search engine optimization, with SEO or ranking. It's going to show the search engines that your site is providing value and answers to people. And David, if you have a question, go ahead and unmute yourself. Just pop out as we go through all these things. I know some of it may be new to you. Feel free. This is a Q&A also. This is not just me talking all the time, even though I can talk until I run out of breath. That isn't my goal. So I'm going to continue to highlight some tools. So I talked about Linkify and its purpose in branding. I'm going to go back into plugins and applications. I'm going to talk about a few things here. This one's called Lightbox. This one's called Slipstream. Now, people have seen and heard about pop-unders, pop-ups. What they really are lead capture. They're opt-in forms that pop up on a website. If you've ever been to, go ahead.
You have to deselect Martha. So click on her again, and that way it'll free your screen up so that we're actually seeing your screen.
Okay, let me stop sharing real quick. So I believe I've selected myself. Thank you for that, Jason. Can you see everything right? I'm about to.
No, just tap on her again, because if you tap on her, what happens is that she ends up in your screen. So you have to tap on her again in order to release her from your screen.
You have been released, Martha. Okay, can you see me now? Still not seeing me?
I can see you.
Okay, you should see me on the main page. Business Gumbo, growing business online.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, good. Okay, that's 2 out of 3.
No, I can see you now. I can see you now.
All right, magic. It's called magic. All right, so back into Linkify, Slipstream. So one of the best blogger in the world, as voted by many, many, many people around the world, is Neil Patel. And he gave us these tidbits, or gave us these tidbits, that you want to use these if you want to increase your leads. If you want to capture leads more on a higher number. Hold on one second. Somebody's on. Okay, sorry about that. All right, back to screen share. Hopefully you guys can see my screen again. So what happens is, I'll just go to Lightbox real quick. This was the first one that was released in the platform that we use. So you can import an opt-in page from GetResponse. You can create a new one. Let's see, add new. You literally just add a new one. You import, you name it, test. You add media, right? And that media will be, a picture for your media library. Upload a file, and that file could be a picture, whatever it is. You create the artwork, and you select it to pop up literally here. So when you can set it to come on your whole website, so whenever somebody comes to a blog post, your home page, it literally pops up whatever image you have right here. And I'm not going to take 2 hours to actually create the art. and do that for you. It's very easy to use. You just insert it, save draft or publish, and you say, hey, I want you to pop up on the entire site. I want to exclude you on the home page. I want to exclude you on posts, exclude you on pages. You literally tell it what to do. Open Lightbox after delay of 500 milliseconds, 600 milliseconds, whatever that time is. So when someone comes, if they stay long enough, they're going to see this pop up. So this is just one iteration. And what it does is you can say, hey, take your free ebook. You can say, hey, opt into my page to learn more about what I do. Whatever it is, you want to implement that in your business right now. You want to do that right now. There's the other tool, which I personally prefer better than the other one, because Slipstream allows you to do it in a percentage. Let me explain what that means. So percentage means is if someone comes to your blog post or homepage, and if they scroll down a certain percentage of the screen, that means, one, they're very interested, they're more interested than not in what you have to offer, and they would like to learn more. So with Slipstream, which is a premium feature versus a basic feature, you can use this and customize your opt-in page whenever somebody comes to your stuff. And let's make this clear. High-end websites, low-end websites, mid-end websites are all using this technique. I saw one for Elle Magazine. I forgot why I clicked on it. Don't throw stones at me. I don't read Elle Magazine, but they had some really cool-looking article about an athlete that I do know.
You do well to read it, bro.
Yeah.
Say again?
Yeah.
Elle
you would do
Magazine,
well
you
to
should
read
read
Elle
it.
Magazine,
I read Men's
WWD,
Health.
Vogue, all of those, because it will help you understand your marketplace a lot better. Actually,
Yeah.
it'd probably be more beneficial for you to read than quite a few other ones out there.
So you're telling me, Jason, if I read Elle Magazine, I can understand women?
If you read Elle Magazine, you can understand what triggers women to buy,
Okay.
what triggers women to read, what triggers women to motivate the whole buying market. See, the women control the buying power of the marketplace.
I'm sorry.
So this is a smart man who's been
It's
married.
the truth.
He's been married for at least 90 days, so he knows how
Yeah.
to. I didn't get him in trouble.
Well, no, consider this.
Understand women, and he gave a wise answer.
You know what magazine I read all the time? Cosmo. I've been reading Cosmo since I swear I was probably 14, and my mom didn't want me to, but I started reading Cosmo because I wanted to know what everyone else knew.
Yeah. So Cosmo, Elle, Vogue, Women's Wear Daily, any of those fashion magazines. You could even move into, you could even move into things that deal with interior design, architecture, all of those things. Any magazine that will draw a woman to pick it up, you should be picking up that same magazine, because she is the one who is going to turn the marketplace. Even when it comes to stuff that men buy, stuff men buy, by and large, is based on what it is that they think that the woman is going to want. Like if it's a car, they're going to think of what car will get the woman. If it's a suit, what suit can I wear to attract that woman? So there are psychological triggers that are involved. So I mean, it would behoove you just in your marketing to understand how that marketplace, that demographic, those interest levels are targeted, because that will give you an education that goes what it is that you can learn in the static, this marketing 101. No. Just start understanding the stories that women like to read, the tapestry of all of that. You start in the different aspects of your marketplace. It's multifaceted. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that 2 cents in. Don't want to get on the soapbox, but yeah, very important.
Well, what's interesting about what you're saying? It's the absolute truth. Like, a lot of people don't realize, and people rip me all the time, because on my Instagram page and on my Facebook page, I always have guys with no shirts on. They are male models. They are male cover models for the books that I promote. It's not just like oh, I love these guys. No, there's a method to my madness, okay? So one of the guys that I talked to, I actually had a sit-down interview with him, and I asked him one of his branding things that he does. He's a personal trainer. A lot of people don't know that. That's how he gets paid. But one of the branding things he does to get the women to come to him is like this thing of like licking out his tongue. And in my head, I was like, that's really inappropriate. Like if my son did that, I'd probably be a little bit offended. But he said he does it because it's what draws the women to him. Like he doesn't touch them or anything. He just does his thing. Like he's crazy. His name is Derek Meacham. He's like a male model, a personal trainer. He is making crazy amounts of money for being on the cover of books. But that's the one thing that he's honed in on that he says gets all the women's attention. He said he studied it. And I was like, okay.
So he was studying, he went to the LL Cool J School of Attracting Women.
Yeah, basically. And it's working for him. Like, I promote him because he's on my friend's books. And he's a Christian. He's a wonderful man. And that's why I promote him. Like, I believe in him and I believe in his brand. And people are like, oh my goodness, what does your husband say? I'm like, my husband knows. We had a conversation. Like, like he knows exactly what I'm doing. It's for my business. But yeah, Jason's right. You have to study them. Women rule the world.
To quote the great comedian Dave Chappelle, women be shopping, baby. Women be shopping. You can't stop a woman from shopping. Another professor, 1990 something. Go check it out. And so, but this is just really digging deeply into the mindset and the psychology of becoming a successful marketer online is understanding your marketplace. So even though I don't really read Elle, maybe I'm going to start reading Elle magazine. That's ELLE because it's French. Mm-hmm. You really do want to dig into this thing. So getting back to what I was talking about with the slipstream is on the Elle magazine thing. The article drew me in. Then they had their pop-up. And they made sure it popped up only after I scrolled down to read the headline and to read more content. And before I got to the content, their opt-in form, popped up. Okay, read of. I don't think I'm actually doing a screen share. I'm sorry. Actually, I guess I don't need to do a screen share. But their opt-in form popped up only after I got to a certain percentage, meaning like if there's a whole article page is 100%. Let me bring my hands down so you can see. The whole opt-in article is 100%. If I read down to this level, then it would pop up. If I just stayed here and then left and turned the page, they didn't want to present that the opt-in page because it can be seen as annoying. And if somebody isn't interested in the slightest, and then you say, hey, you really want to check out my stuff, that would annoy them even more and make sure they'd never come back. So I highly recommend when you do these pages that you do it in a way that is respectful of people.
Yeah.
That may person what you have to do, and because I've been to some sites where it's turned me off, and they're offering something else. So when you use these tools, be smart with them. And so if you haven't noticed by now, what I've been showing you are all tools out of what we have to offer, available through different marketing platforms and stuff like that. We all on this Hangout own or leverage blogging platform, which is a third-party platform, and we get all of them inside the platform. We don't have to go outside to get our link shortener, our pop-up right here. I'm sorry. Let me go back to my screen share. I'm acting like I'm screen sharing. I'm doing a fake Vanna White right now. Let me go back to my screen share.
Okay, Rod.
Right.
It's been great seeing you guys. I got to jump off.
All right, thank you for dropping.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all.
Bye, Jason.
That was a great one.
Appreciate it.
Bye, Jason.
See you, Martha.
Jason's the family man. He's got to go family stuff. So now that I'm doing a screen share, Martha, you can see what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the light box, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah, we can go back to that.
I missed that part.
Oh, Lightbox. Well, this is exactly talking about what I talked about with the Elle magazine, is that it's a pop-up. So when you Lightbox, you have control of timing. So you can say after so many seconds, you can whatever art or material you want to pop up in front of your viewer's face, whether it be an opt-in page, whether it be an offer saying, hey, go to this, check out this. With Lightbox, it'll pop up after so many seconds. What I was saying, the difference between Lightbox and Slipstream is that with Slipstream is you can control not just with time, but you can control it with the percentage of the screen that they scroll down on. So if they scroll down 10%, you can say, hey, Slipstream, trigger, now pop up and show my offer. So that's the major benefit of Slipstream versus a Lightbox, even though Lightbox is very powerful. Now, there's a four-letter word that I'm using to describe this, and that is sexy. It's the best word that I can think of to explain what this is. So, for all the people out there that have ever done programming, that have ever done coding, you've ever tried to create your own website, your own WordPress, and you got confused, you got frustrated, it cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to pay someone else to create your page with page blocks. Give me 1 second. Make sure. Okay, go back to screen share real quick. With page blocks, you can literally do what people do, widgets, layouts, content. You can build a page, build a website, customizable with videos, opt-in pages, audios, PDF giveaways, all right here. Now, I want to delve into this a little bit further because I talked about this briefly earlier, and I'm going to come off of my screen share to do it because I want to drive home this point. There are services out there that allow you to build lead capture pages, and I don't need to name the names because they're big industry giants. I've used them. I went in a different direction with my marketing. They work really, really well, but they can cost a little bit of money, a little bit, a lot of it, depending on what your income is. Yes, I said a lot of it. Now, you can do a lot of these things with page blocks. And I watched a demo of this last night. If you really want to delve into this deeper, reach out to Martha. If you're a guest of Martha, reach out to Martha. If you're a guest of David, reach out to David. If you're a guest of mine, reach out to me to get a live demo or an explanation page about that. I'll make sure they have it to give to you. Because when you're talking about marketing, and you're talking about effective marketing, when you would like to stick to a budget, when you try to go into different platforms, use this for this, use this for this for my opt-in forms, use this for A/B testing. You can do that now all within the platform that we use, which is called Kalatu and Kalatu Premium. All within, meaning the price you pay, you don't have to pay extra. You don't have to learn another tool. It's inside of the platform. And what I want to make sure people understand is the goal to solve problems for people in business, to help you grow your business online. The tool that we use, in my opinion, is becoming quickly the most powerful tool in online marketing. Get your hands on this if you're interested in automation. If you're interested in what I am, is because I believe that time is the most valuable commodity on earth, because once you give it away, you never get it back. If you're interested in leveraging your time, meaning doing something once and have it work for you over and over again while you're with your family and friends, you need this tool because something else is coming next month, and it's called InstaBuilder. And it's as great as Paybox is, it's going to be using these other third-party platforms to no avail. You won't have to do it. You can use Kalatu for all that you have. Now, the last little thing I'm going to show you ties all this in. I'm going to go back to my screen share real quick because you need to see this, and it's going to make sense why Page Blocks is so powerful, what InstaBuilder is so powerful, what it's going to do for you. I'm going to go to My Blogs. Within Kalatu Premium specifically, You can build up to 10 separate blogs/sites. Why that's important is that if you are somebody who pays for your own opt-in pages, squeeze pages, separately through a third-party platform, you can use one of your 10 sites because you can create multiple and unlimited pages within them. You can do this with the InstaBuilder and the page blocks all for the same price. You understand? So 10 sites, you have unlimited potential on one. If you have multiple endeavors, like Martha does fundraising for her teaching, she has her own network marketing company or things that she's involved with getting people healthy, with things that pertain to her market. So she can have multiple sites catering to those people. But on top of that, when you go to create your opt-in page, like I showed you with GetResponse, because it marries everything together, as you can do all these things, you can marry those pieces all within your branded sites that talk to your customer in your language with your name all over it without having to pay for outside stuff. So if you are somebody who's owns a brick and mortar business, if you are somebody who owns your network marketing or MLM, if you're somebody who's in affiliate marketing, if you're a solopreneur, if you have an organization that you represent and you're trying to get the cause out there, you're trying to get the name out there, this solves problems. Now, in other videos, I've talked about the 21-day blogging challenge. Watch some other videos to see what that is, because it'll teach you how to blog, what a call to action is, how to do the problem agitation solution strategy. I'm not going to go over that stuff again, but we have hacks, training, tutorials, and all that stuff. And what I'm presenting to you for somebody who is interested in automating your business, growing your business online, you need to be smart about the tools that you use. You need to be smart about the dollars that you spend, whether you're doing it for yourself or as a consultant, which I've gotten into that world. I've become a paid consultant using the very tools that I'm showing you tonight in different industries. Because once you have the education and the tools, people will pay you for it, whether it's paying you in your affiliate marketing company, whether it's paying you a consulting fee to do it for them or to show them how to do it, to give them some information on how to do it themselves. You need to have the information and the tools yourself. I'm not going to go down this whole list, because if you want to get involved, if you want to understand how this works, reach out to any one of us on this Hangout right now. Ask us, hey, how do I get started? Can I get a link? Whatever it takes, and we'll get you plugged in to the community that we use. There's so many layers of why you want to get started with this. But I've talked about a bunch of layers of different things tonight. I've talked about branding. I've talked about, Jason and I have talked about some different tools to use depending on which niche and market that you serve, depending on not even mattering what kind of business you're in. The tool that we use, Kalatu and Kalatu Premium, is something that I believe that every business owner needs to get their hands on. And so, as it is a part of my vision to help mothers and fathers be more present and engaged with their children, I only promote tools and things that make it easier for you to cut down on the time that you can't get back on growing your business, generating extra income, whatever it is that thing that you do, and doing it once and be done. So this is why I promote Kalatu Premium. This is why I recommend Kalatu Premium. This is why I have affiliates, customers, and clients that all use this platform, motivational speakers, all kinds of people. That, I appreciate that, David. You need to use this immediately. And so we've crossed over the hour mark. This has been a pretty good, valuable hangout. I believe even with what Jason shared on mind mapping and stuff like that, explaining how social media shares and stuff like that work, that you want to implement the things that we talked about. Share this with your social media circle, with people that you believe can benefit from it. If you're interested in working with anybody from this hangout, reach out to us. You can reach Martha at Diva Does for Good at her site. David Crespo, you can search him on Google+. He's all over Google+. You can also reach me at fatherpreneurship.com or fatherpreneurship@gmail.com. And as I wrap this up, I want to say once again, thank you for your most valuable commodity on earth, which is your time, because once you give it away, you'll never get it back. This is Rodney Kellum, the Fatherpreneur, saying thank you and God bless you. And I'll see you in the next webinar, hangout, scope, whatever we're going to do, chat, blab, all these things that are popping up. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.